Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be teaching you the sum of terms of an AP. But before I dive into that, I need to let you know the difference between a series and a sequence. A sequence is a list of numbers following a pattern or what? A rule. For instance, if I have 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on, this is called a sequence because it has what? A rule, or is following what? A pattern. Because to get the next, this is the first number, to get the next number, you add 2 to it, you get 4. To get the next number here, you add 2 again to it. So you will discover that if you add 2 to each of the terms, it will produce the what? The next number. So this is what? A sequence. So it follows a particular what? Pattern or what? Or rule. Now coming to what? A series. A series is obtained when the sequence are added together. A series is what? Obtained when the what? When the sequence of numbers are what? Added together. For instance, if I have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 and so on, this is called what? A series. Now, the general formula for the sum of terms of an AP is where we have A, which is the first term, plus the second term, which is A plus what? D, plus A plus what? 2D, which is what? The third term, plus dot dot dot. Let's say the second to the last term now. Now the last term is represented as L. Now second to the last term will be L minus what? D. Then the last term will now be what? Will now be L. So this is the general formula for the sum of term of an what? Of an AP. Okay. Now, we're going to look at this question. Find the sum of the first 24 even numbers. Now, before I solve this question, the general formula for calculating the sum of terms of an AP is the sum of an AP is half of the what? The number of terms times what? A, which is the first term, plus what? The last what? The last term. The last term is equal to the first term plus, where the last term is what? A plus what? N minus 1 what? D. Okay. Or this is the first formula. This is the first formula. Now the second formula to find the sum of the terms of an AP is N over 2 into what? 2A plus N minus 1 what? D. Now this formula was derived from this, because if L is equal to A plus N minus 1D, if I substitute this value of L, I'm going to get what? N over what? 2 into what? 2A plus N minus 1 into what? D. Now, when do you use this formula? Here, you use this first formula when the last term of that series, series is what is given. Now, if it is not given, you use what? You use this formula. You use this formula when the what? The common difference is what is given. Here, it says find the sum of the first 24 even what? Numbers. Now, first of all, we'll ask ourselves, what is an even number? Even numbers are numbers that are divisible by what? By 2. And they say, what are the, find the sum of the first 24 even what? Numbers. Now, to start, the first number will be what? Will be 2, because 2 is an even number. So it means that our first term, which is A, is equal to what? 2. Now, the common difference, that is our D, will be what? Will be 2. Because if the first number is 2, the following number will be what? 4. Is an even number. We have 6, we have 8, we have 10, and so on. And the number of 10, which is the last term, is what? The number of 10 is what? 24. So the common difference here is 6 minus 4, which is 2. 4 minus 2 is what? 2. So the common difference is what? Is 2. So using the second formula, since the last term is not given, using this formula, the sum of the terms of that AP will be n. Our n is equal to what? 24. That's the number of terms. Because they said find the sum of the first 24 even number. The number of terms is 24 into what? 2 what? 2a. What's our a? Our a is what? 2. Plus what? Plus n minus 1. So n minus the number of terms is this. So here we now have what? 20 what? 23. Plus n minus 1 will give us 23 times what? Times d. And our d is equal to what? 2. So at this point, when you simplify, this will be 12 into what? 4 plus 23 times 2 will give me 46. Therefore, I have 12 into what? 46 plus 48 will give me what? 50. Therefore, 12 times 50, now 5 times 12 is what? 60. So if I add 0 to it, I'm going to have 600. So the sum of the first 24 even number is what? 600. So if you find this video useful and helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Thank you.